Welcome back to Began. Today we will discuss how to enter international markets as a service or an IT outsourcing company. No small talk, straight into the topic, and make sure you watch till the very end. Let's talk business today. So I've been recently approached by some great guys with beautiful local portfolio who want to go for international market and find clients there. These guys offer a number of services for their customers on the local market. And I know quite a few companies here in my city and in my country who work with local customers as well. However, most of them want to enter international market and start working with international customers. And in this video, I won't be giving you any generic advice on how to enter international markets, because when I started to prepare for this video, I first tried to research, and then the advice that all the bloggers gave was like sort of generic and non-specific at all, and not really helpful, especially related to the outsourcing or service-based businesses. So I'm giving you my perspective in this video, and I hope this will help you to reach international markets fast. Without further ado, subscribe to my channel to be the first to learn about hacks on how to start and grow your online or service or IT outsourcing company, and let's begin. Now, the first method how you can enter international market fast is by partnering. And here are a couple of options that I personally know of, and I'd better not talk about those that I haven't experienced personally, so I'm sharing only my experience here, and if you know any other methods, feel free to share it with us in the comments below. So the first one is by partnering. And how does it work? For example, say you have a company that provides services to your customers in your own country, say in South Africa. What you want to do is to reach out to similar companies, like outsourcing companies, say in Europe, who work with European clients. It could also be other countries. It really depends on the market that you want to hit for. For example, it could be Australian market or US market or Canadian market or European market. So depending on which market you want to enter, find a similar company in those countries. Similar meaning that this company should provide the same services as you do. For example, if you have an IT outsourcing company and you help your customers to build websites for their businesses, you want to find a similar company in that country that you want to go into, and what you want to do is to offer your services on a white label model. And let me tell you that white label model has become extremely popular recently, and that is because IT market has become overhyped recently. And what is happening is that companies, outsourcing companies that provide services to their customers, cannot fulfill all the requests for their customers. And that's when they have to either decline the offer from their customers, which, not everybody wants to do to lose their money, try to find IT specialists that they lack in order to perform these services to their customers, or find partners with whom they can actually bring the services to that customers and sort of split the revenue. And how does it work? Before I do that, make sure to smash the like button so that I could make more such helpful videos in the future, and let's proceed. Now, in white label model, what you do as an outsourcing provider, as a service-based provider, is that you sign up a partnership agreement with another company, and you provide your resources to that company on demand. Meaning, for example, when that company doesn't have the needed resources for their customers, they can turn to you and ask, say, John, do you have UI UX designers in your team? We have a customer who need UI UX designer, but our designers are all taken, or they cannot dedicate their time to this project, blah, blah, blah. So what you do basically is that you outstaff your engineers and your designers, your developers, your professionals to that company, so that your professionals could work on the projects for their customers. And how does it work backwards? You get paid after this partner of yours gets paid by their customer. Make sure you have a written agreement and an NDA signed because that is in your mutual interest. So here's how white label model works. You find a partner on international market, you provide your engineers on demand to that partner, and then you get paid after your partner gets paid by their customer. However, there are cons to this approach as well, and that is you get paid the last, which means that you will have to pay your employees, your engineers, like out of your own pocket before you receive your payment. Like typically, say if you did the work for your partner in March, you will get paid mid to end April. So if this model works for you, if you can talk your engineers into waiting like another half of the month, or if you can get them paid from your own pocket, this is a great model to start with and the fastest in terms of getting into an international market. Now, another method how you can partner up on the international market is by hiring or partnering up with sales representatives within a country that you want to enter. However, I don't really recommend you wasting your time on finding the right sales representative because in my experience it never turned well. Probably you will spend either thousands of dollars trying to find the right fit or paying them their salaries, or if they work in commissions only, they will not actually feel the commitment to do so because, well, yeah, if I don't get anyone for them, I won't get paid, but then I don't get paid anyway. So I wouldn't really recommend you wasting your time on this specific point. However, if you come up on a sales representative who wants to do that for you, yes, you can sign up a partnership agreement with them. It doesn't require anything from you, but don't expect any fast results or any results at all from this one. So let's move to this second type, how you can get and how you can enter international market fast. Now, the second method how you can enter into international market is by recommendations. Now here again you have two ways. The first one and the better one is getting recommendation, international recommendation from your current customers if there is such an opportunity. And of course, the best way to ask for recommendations by your current customers would be the time when you have the best relationships. Say your current customer has just approved your latest milestone or your latest project or whatever, and they are super happy with your work, and that's when you want to step in and to send them an email or a message or however you communicate best and ask, say, I wondered if you enjoyed our work, do you know perhaps someone outside your country to whom we could provide similar services? We would love to provide our services to international customers as well. So if you could provide us with some recommendations, we would be super happy. So consider if you can get any recommendations from your current customers. Even if they don't have offices in other countries, it doesn't mean that they don't have personal connections there. And the second type, how you can get recommendations, is by personal acquaintances. Here is where I say networking matters. And even though you might not have like personal acquaintances in other countries, I mean, you haven't shaken their hands, but you could have some acquaintances virtually with whom you have interacted, say, for years on different topics, and you can ask whether or not they might know someone who might need your services. Of course, it's better to ask so if you communicate on some professional topics, say if you're within the same Facebook group, if this person is somehow related to the industry that you look for, why not ask them if they might have any recommendations? You never know. Networking really matters, and I actually got a customer from a personal acquaintance of mine, virtual personal acquaintance of mine, with whom we've been communicating for several years, and then boom, all of a sudden he gives me a lead and we start working with them. So just try to ask your personal connections if they might have any recommendations for you. Let's move further, and the third method of how you can enter international markets fast is by entering international platforms. Now, what do I mean here? So the first and the basic one, and the one who everybody is tired of hearing of, is Upwork. And I have talked about Upwork quite a lot on this channel, so do check out these videos of mine where I talk about how to start your agency there and what matters when you start an agency there and how you get your first customers on Upwork as an agency, because be warned, it's harder to get customers on Upwork as an agency rather than as an individual, so it will be harder for you. So I'm sharing my tips there, so make sure to check out my playlist on Upwork. It's on this channel, do check it out. Upwork is the easiest place. It's not the easiest, but it's the most basic place to start providing your services to international customers. Upwork is highly competitive, but then everybody knows about it and you really have a chance to start your business there and to provide your services to international customers. So the next place where you can start entering international markets on international platform is on lead generation websites. So I'm calling them lead generation websites, however, they're not like lead generation websites, but those are websites where you can get leads from. Say, for example, LinkedIn. That's the best place where you can start providing your services or start promoting your services or start to write to potential customers on. So LinkedIn, Xing, and other websites, like there is 20 websites that I'm mentioning in this video of mine, so make sure to check out this video, how to get customers for your outsourcing business. I will link it below and you can find it on my channel. So there are a number of websites that operate in different ways, and each of those websites is worth another video really. So make sure to check out this video of mine on different websites where you can try to find your first customers on international markets. By the way, if you haven't already, do make sure to grab my guide on 12 steps to start your online business, and there is a business plan template linked inside that guide. So make sure to grab it below, it's absolutely free, so make sure to grab it in the description. And this way you'll get into my subscription list. I never spam my subscribers. Please confirm all of those who are on my list. However, I might be launching something big soon, so you really don't want to miss that out. So let's get back here, and the third point that I want to mention here is when you enter international platforms, that means that you go online, and that is where you need online portfolio. Now what I mean here, so if you are, say, a designer studio, if you provide UI/UX design to your customers, you of course want to have profiles on professional websites such as, say, Behance or others. If you are, say, an IT outsourcing company, you want to have a GitLab corporate account so that you could showcase your projects to your potential customers. And here's where your current customers can come in handy, because they can provide recommendations and feedback for you, so that you could show that feedback either on your website or on your portfolio or wherever you can. Just show your positive feedback from your customers. This one is extremely important if you go this way, and trust me, you will go this way, because out of all the free methods that I have mentioned, this one is the most realistic. Unfortunately, it takes more time and it really takes more effort. However, while you're doing all of these efforts, you can, partner up with some other companies on a white label model, but still you will have to go through this one. Now, this is a really brief coverage on how to enter international market fast. These are practical advice only, so I'm only talking from experience here. If you know any other methods that would work in terms of entering international markets as an outsourcing or service-based company, make sure to throw them down below. Don't be greedy, share it with us, because we might share something else with you in return. And if there are any questions that you might be having for me, also throw them down in the comments below, because I might answer them in my next video and I will feature you as the one who asked, so others will see and might check out your business page as well. Now click all the buttons you find below, share this video with your friends who you think might enjoy this episode and who you think might need it, and go check out this video of mine next, where I talk about how to find customers in an outsourcing business, IT outsourcing or any other service-based business. So make sure to go and check it out. After this episode, you'll thank me later. See you there. Bye.